Legacy Time Capsule is the ultimate gift for your holidays. If you are tired of gifting stuff where it just collects around the house, book a Legacy Time Capsule with me. What is it? It's a 45-minute interview where you can leave a message to your loved one, your grandkids, your kids, your friends, or leave a message to your future self. You and I sit down and we encapsulate this moment in time. Book your Legacy Time Capsule today over at martaonthemove.com or send me a message directly wherever you found this podcast. This episode is sponsored by City Theater. City Theater, providing bold new plays on the south side of Pittsburgh. They have parking available, accessible performances, including pay-what-you-want performances, and you can find them at citytheatercompany.org. Here's what they have coming up for the 2025-2026 season. First up, we have a national new play network rolling world premiere, Another Kind of Silence by L.M. Feldman, directed by Kim Wield. That is running September 20th through October 12th. Then we have Louisa May Alcott's Little Women by Ryan Gunderson, directed by Kaja Dune, November 15th through December 7th. After that, Malcolm X and Red Fox Washing Dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem by Jonathan Norton, directed by Dexter J. Singleton. That's at January 17th through February 8th. And then Eureka Day by Jonathan Spector, directed by Aldi Mansour, March 7th through the 29th. This one I'm so excited for, the special event, Second City, Laugh Harder, Not Smarter, from April 9th through the 18th of 2026. It is a celebration of legendary American comedy 65 years in the making, featuring a hilarious array of classic sketch comedy and songs from the company's rich history, fresh new favorites, as well as the signature brand of irreverent improv that Second City is famous for. I love improv. I cannot wait for this to come. Last but certainly not least is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Text by John Cameron Mitchell. Music and lyrics by Stephen Trask. Directed by Robert Ramirez. May 2nd through June 7th. Everyone, mark your calendars and head to citytheater.org. Grab your tickets because I'm sure they're going to be going fast. You're listening to Marta on the Move, hosted by Marta Napoleon Mazzoni. What keeps us moving, what keeps us connected, and how we travel as humans through this journey of life. Welcome. Last week, I did a weekend recap, which I loved, and I actually managed not to record it for my podcast, but I went live with it, which is fine, and which I said I was going to do. But I wanted to do a weekend recap from this week, specifically because there was a moment in my weekend that happened that was so poignant and so prevalent, and so many people have reached out that I have talked to, that I have spoken to about this, and I don't know, I just feel like somebody needs to hear it. So I went hiking with my husband. We've been married for 20 years. And for those that don't know me, if this is your first time in my world, I work with a lot of individuals that are going through loss, like some kind of loss in their life, loss of a loved one, a death of a loved one, a betrayal, a move, those that are rising again. Like literally like rising from the ashes like the phoenix, to live their fullest life, to live their most authentic life, to go after their dreams, to leave their legacy, and to find the power and the resilience, the joy and the play within themselves again after loss. And I came to this work pretty much, through trial and error and a lot of life experience. I became yoga certified and then taught meditation, and then I was a life coach, and then I got in a car accident and learned all about mobility and got lower body certified and had to relearn how to build up my body again. And then my sister died, and I walked with my grief and eventually formed a method that alchemizes the pain of grief, that alchemizes the pain of grief into, like being able to feel joy again, being able to witness miracles, miracles in your life, the magic of your life, the synchronicities of your life, to feel connected deeply to those around you, and really recover who you are after loss, because that's something that happens. It happened in my sober journey, through all of that. And my husband and I have been married, like I said, for 20 years. And raise your hand for anyone here or anyone listening to this, if you've been in a relationship for a decent amount of time, right? Like you've been there for a while and you've seen losses together. You've either seen losses together or you came with losses, from either side, one or the other. So if you had that, like, raise your hand. And I'm here to tell you, like, it is not easy to maintain the spark, the joy, the sensuality, sex after grief has been a program that I've wanted to put out into the world for a long time. I'm not ready for it yet, but coming soon. But it's, like that vibe of living again, like fully coming alive again, and finding the light in one another's eyes again, and falling deeper in love with one another again is the vibe. Like, that's my vibe, and I won't settle for less. I have standards. So, but a big thing that happens after loss is we lose that. And I will tell you from my own personal experience that right after my sister died, I am a traveler. Explorative travel is one of my 4 pillars that is my models for healing. And I wanted to pack a bag and run. Like, literally throw the stuff in the bag that I needed and leave everyone. Leave my family, leave my husband, leave my house, leave my friends, leave anything that I was doing didn't matter. I would just recreate my entire life over, and I wouldn't have to think about any of the pain that was happening due to my sister dying. Like, I wouldn't have to think about it. And I could just start over, like, poof, And I remember my husband turned to me and he looked at me and he said, "Please don't do this." He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and please don't do this." And it was in that moment that I realized that I had wanted to run, like completely run away from all of it out of fear. And so this conversation is, and I stayed, I'm still here. And I'm so happy I stayed. Like, it was, like that fight or flight was like, gotta go. But this past weekend, on Saturday, my husband and I went on a hike, and we went to the area that he proposed to me. And we had this, we were driving there. We were on our way to walk there or drive there. And like something hit me like a thunderbolt. And I feel this is the thing that I feel that people need to hear. I feel like it's really important. I turned to him and I said, "I have something to tell you." And he was like, "Okay, what?" And I was like, "It's a really big fear of mine. Do you mind me sharing it?" And he's like, "Oh dear. Okay." And he's used to it by now. Like the awakening. He's used to it. But I looked at him and I said, I feel like I hold parts of my heart back from you because I'm so scared of getting hurt. I'm so scared of losing you. I'm so scared you're going to die. I'm so scared we're going to grow apart, like in our growth patterns are different, right? Like I'm terrified of that. I'm really, really scared. And I feel like I am like holding a part of my heart from you. Like I'm protecting a part of my heart, like that I don't want you to have, because I'm scared of getting hurt. I'm afraid of that. And so I put that out there. And there was this long pregnant pause. And my husband, Phil, he just says, you and I have the exact same fear. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, he looked at me and he was like, we have the same fear. We have the exact same fear. I fear those things too. And I think I hold a part of my heart from you as well because of it. And that vulnerability that we had to share our fears with one another opened up this beautiful conversation and opened up so much playfulness in our conversation, because right after we both admitted it, like we both said it, we just started cackling. Like we just started laughing because we're like, oh my God, how silly are we? How silly are we? We both have this fear. We're both holding a part of our hearts away from one another because we're afraid of getting hurt. Of course, we're going to lose one another. Of course, we're going to lose one another in this lifetime. And if you follow me, if you're like in my world, everyone has their different views of what they believe. I believe in the soul's journey. But yes, we are going to lose one another in this lifetime. We're going to lose those we love in this lifetime. But is it worth living a half-life? Is it worth it? No. Fuck no. It's not. It's not worth it. Okay? That's the kicker. It's not worth living a half-life. It's not worth holding your heart back. It's not. But we can't help it because we're so afraid of the pain of getting hurt. The fear of getting hurt holds us from really opening up to others. And this just isn't in my relationship. This is with parents, with friends. Like we're so afraid someone's going to betray us, or we're going to get hurt, or it's not going to be reciprocated, or that person's going to die. And so we like hold ourselves back. And the crazy part of all of this, what's up, Mel? What's up, Mel? Where are you traveling to, girl? Where's your RV? I'm going to find you one day. That sounds so ominous. I'm going to find you. But like, it's wild to me that we hold our hearts back from going after our dreams. Because I truly believe that everybody's dream is to have the best relationships in their life. That's one of my dreams that I uncovered. Like after loss, you like don't know your dreams in once. And I remember I went live about this recently where I was like, you just don't know your dreams in once after loss. It's kind of wild. I hear people say, yeah, we want this. And yes, I want this. And yes, I want this. And I'm like, I have no freaking clue. I can't even state my needs in once right now. Like, I don't know. But it happens. It gets uncovered. And these dreams are so much bigger. And that's why I couldn't see them. The dream to have the best relationships in our life. And we have relationships with everything. We have relationships with money. We have relationships with alcohol. We have relationships with our parents. We have relationships with our friends. We have relationships with ourselves and our things. We do. And I want personally to have the best relationships in all factors of my life. In all factors of my life. So the fact that I was holding my heart away from one of the people that I love most, and I uncovered that, was wild to me. And the fact that he was also in that space was wild to me. And it was only through our vulnerability that we could break through to the next level of intimacy with one another. Intimacy. Intimacy meaning connection. Intimacy meaning conversation that is not surface talk. And you know the difference. If you know, you know. Raise your hand if you feel me. If you know, you know. Like the deep conversations, the ones that fill your soul, the ones you walk away from and you feel your tank is just refilled. And they're not always conversations that people talk about toxic positivity, which is a whole subject, like, you know, that I kind of don't believe in, right? Like, I don't believe in it. It's only toxic positivity if you are just completely bypassing all of the shadow stuff. Like, just like, woo, I don't see it. No awareness. But it's through the deep conversations that connection happens. And we had the most epic hike. We do improv. Like, my husband and I perform literally every Thursday, 7 p.m., downtown Pittsburgh, Arcade Comedy Theater, on stage. Today is Thursday. We have a show tonight. Like we perform improv. We believe in play so deeply. It is one of our core values. Like, but you can't always get there and fully step into it and give it your heart without the deep work, without looking at the fears. So I know this conversation is for someone out there. I know it because I know I'm not alone in this. How many relationships have ended because someone wasn't fully stepping in? And I talk about this in every one of my programs. Like, this is how I begin every single one of my programs because it's so important. If you don't fully step in, if you don't fully surrender, and surrender, thanks Jacqueline Shaw, meaning go all in, right? Like, to go all in is to surrender, to step fully in. If you don't step fully in, how will you ever see the magic? Like the full magic, the full potential of that, the full potential of a dream, the full potential of a relationship, the full potential of your life. Life. Like, how will you see that if you don't fully step into it? And it's wild to me that it is absolutely wild to me that even now in the work that I've done and the work my husband has done, like he's on his own like spiritual journey and growth, it's that we have uncovered this next layer and it's exciting. It's not scary. It's exciting. It's exciting that we have these fears. It's exciting that we're able to express them and vocalize them. It's exciting because it has unlocked next level. And now our conversations are different because we fully see one another. To be fully seen in our most authentic and raw self. Like our gifts that make us us is the greatest gift that you can give someone in any relationship. It is the gift. The gift. Think about it this way. If you have a friendship and you found out that your best friend was just hiding who they really were from you all this time, how would you feel? How would you feel if you found out like you were so close, but then you found out like, it's that. So this is like the work. Like this is the work I am obsessed with. Like I'm obsessed with it. I am. I love this work. I love getting to know who I am so that I can have the best relationships in my life. And by doing that, I am calling in that energy. I am calling in that frequency. I am calling in those friendships. I am calling in the things that I am meant for and that are in alignment with my frequency and my soul's journey. It's insane. And it's true. And it works. And it's true. Like you just feel it when you know it, you know it. But it doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it easy. And a lot of times after loss, it's really, really hard to see. You don't even know you're doing it. You don't even know that you're holding your heart away from individuals. I had a conversation with a women's group that I'm a part of, right? Like I host women's circles in Wild Soul Sanctuary. I'm running one right now, the last one for the year, where we come together and we share our hard things. We bring the things that are on our heart so that we can vocalize them and practice speaking, practice advocating for ourselves, practice finding our true voice, and practice that connection, that cultivation, massaging that, because it is a practice. And I have that space that I facilitate, but I myself am also in a space that I do not facilitate because I show up differently. One, I am leading. I am the leader of it. And one, I am a participant. And that allows me to release the leadership and allows me to be more vulnerable and go deeper into what I'm hiding, where I am still holding back, where I am still have a shield over my heart. And we met this Wednesday and we were talking about it. And I realized, people were meeting and they were talking and they were sharing love on one another and doing all these things. And I realized in that meeting that I had been holding my heart back a little bit from all of them for fear, all due to fears. If you're a part of my newsletter, I just did a blog, like a little newsletter about fear and like how it holds us, but all due to fear, the fear of not belonging, the fear of not being enough, the fear of being left behind. Like all of those fears I felt in that meeting. I was like, oh, but I was able to be aware of them. I was able to be aware of them and see them and reframe and speak them, because fear can't hide when you speak it, when you shine a light on it. It's like shame. You. And through that, I was able to tell some of them how I was feeling. And they were like, you know what? You know what's crazy, Marta? I feel that way too sometimes. I feel that way too. I see you. You see me. Connection. Vulnerability. Power. So the next time I go live, I'm going to talk about power. The word power. Because it's something I want to dive into, because the definition of it has changed for me. And I'm curious if it resonates with anyone else. But that will be my next live. I want to talk about power. For this one, I just want to see if anyone else resonates with this. And if you are in a relationship, I am telling you right now, if you're listening to this and you're like, Yes, that's me. I have a friend where I feel like I hold my heart back. I hold my heart back because I'm afraid. And what are we really afraid of? We're afraid of getting hurt. We can hold the disappointment, but it's not worth living a half life. It's just not. It's not. It's not worth staying safe for. It's not. When we can go all in, when we can step in to our relationships, when we can give them our full heart, so much magic happens. It's crazy pants, and it's so scary to step all in because of that fear of loss, because of the fear of getting hurt, because of that fear. And it's I know it personally. It is fucking scary. But it is not worth having a half life. You want a full life as your fullest self and your fullest expression. That's what's worth it. So if you find yourself listening to this and saying to yourself, oh yeah, I have that in my relationship. Oh yeah, like I have that. It takes one person to be brave and to go first. This is a saying of mine. It's going to be one of my quotes one day. Be brave, go first. Someone always has to go first. Someone always has to be the one holding the discomfort for a moment. I excel at this. This is a gift of mine to be the one to like go first. It's a gift. But I encourage you, if you're watching this, be brave. Go first. Say how you feel. Don't say, hey, you've been doing this and I really don't like it. Because what ends up happening is this, the defense. Say how you feel. You're feeling. Underneath it all, the feeling that you're feeling, the fear you're feeling. And just watch the magic unfold. Because we like to think that we are so different. And we are. We each are magical creatures with all of our unique gifts, and it's so fun. But we are not so different from one another when it comes to loss and pain. We all have it. And we all have those fears, those deep fears. And it's seeing one another for who we are that creates that connection and that magic. So I really want you to take this on and let me know what happens if you're watching. Also, before I leave, there is something coming. If you are a person that doesn't give up after loss, like you are like, Marta, I am writing my chapter 2. I am here. I am doing the thing. This is it. Like, I'm going off Instagram because I'm about to lose my battery over there. But if you are, I'm still on Facebook, but if you are a person that's like, hey, I'm not giving up. I never give up, actually. And I'm rewriting my chapter 2. I'm embracing my effing gifts. I am living my best life. I want to play. I want more joy. Like, I have a legacy to give, my legacy of love, like my legacy of who I am. Like, I have creative projects that are happening. That's me. Like, I'm never giving up. I am rising after loss. If you are that person, I have something coming for that. Something that I have not put out before, which is a new membership of mine called Soul Momentum. And right now the wait list is open to jump on it when the details drop. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to tease it right there. I'm just going to tease you with a feather. The link is in the comments for the wait list. If you are curious about it, if you are a person that's like, that speaks to me. You speak to me. That speaks to me. And yes, I want to move forward after loss. I want to achieve my goals. I want to move forward while still coming home to myself. This is the membership of that. So that's coming out soon. Head to the comments. Also head to the comments if this resonated with you. I would love to hear it. I know I'm not alone out there, and I truly felt that someone needed to hear it. So thank you for joining in. I have an improv show that I have to get to. And it was lovely being here. This will also be up on my podcast. You can find it at martaonthemove.com or at Moving Forward with Marta on Instagram as well. Keep it moving, everybody.